March 8th. This meeting is being conducted remotely. We have provided options for the public to attend through telephone, internet, or other means of remote access, and also provided the ability for persons not attending the meeting to hear each other at the same time. So please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Am I missing somebody? 3, 4, 5. No, there's 4. Nope, there we go. I just got to learn to count. All right, all 7 of you here. So we have a published agenda. Are there any modifications you would like to see to this evening's agenda? And if I don't hear any, would someone like to make a motion to approve the agenda?
Mayor, I move that we approve the agenda as published.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Clausen, a second by Councilmember Lucarelli to approve the agenda as it has been presented. Any all in favor of approving the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? Hearing none, the agenda has been set for this evening. We are to our first citizen comment period, and it is for items on this evening's agenda. And we have a second citizen comment period at the end of the meeting. If a citizen wishes to address the city council for something on the agenda at this time, please use the raise your hand feature and the clerk will bring you into the meeting. I see 2 members of the public watching the meeting this evening. So if either one of you wishes to address the council at this time, please raise your hand. See no one raising their hand, so I'm going to close the first citizen comment period. We have a second citizen comment period at the end of the meeting. We have a consent agenda with 2 items on it. Is there a motion to approve?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second it.
A motion by Councilmember Diener, second by Councilmember Clausen to approve the consent agenda. All in favor of approving the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Hearing none, the consent agenda is approved. We have I think the executives see here. No, we have a public hearing first. So a public hearing related to a petition to vacate city right-of-way, the southern portion of opened Bay Street. Clerk Wallace.
Yes, good evening, Mayor, Council. Petitioners Walter and Roberta Huth, trustees, owners of 1819 Bay Street, Kitsap County, tax parcel number 4027-034-003-0007, submitted a petition to vacate the city right-of-way. The right-of-way is an open portion of Bay Street directly adjacent to the petitioner's parcel to the south, approximately 200 square feet in total area. I received a completed application conforming to the requirements of the Port Orchard Municipal Code, Chapter 12.08, including sections 12.08.010. The Public Works Director supports the vacation as this is necessary to receive a clean title for the federally funded pedestrian pathway project. The area is currently encumbered by a portion of the structure owned by the petitioners. On February 8th, 2022, the City Council adopted resolution number 20-22, setting a public hearing for tonight. On February 9th, 2022, the city posted the required public notice in conspicuous places in the alley sought to be vacated and placed a copy of the adopted resolutions in 3 most public places. One on the city's bulletin board, Kitsap County Administrative Building on their bulletin board, as well as on the Port Orchard Library bulletin board. These 3 actions meet the requirement, posting and noticing requirements as outlined in RCW 35.79.020 and the Port Orchard Municipal Code 2.08.20. As of today, staff has not receiv't any written objections to this proposed vacation. And pursuant to RCW 35.79.020 and Port Orchard Municipal Code 12.08.30 subsection 1, the council is prohibited from proceeding with the public hearing if 50% of the abutting property owners file written objection to the proposed vacation to myself prior to the time of the hearing. Therefore, with no written objections, I have not received any to date, the council shall proceed with the public hearing. Staff recommends the mayor open the public hearing to take public testimony on the petition to vacate the city right of way, which is the southern portion of Open Bay Street. And I'll go ahead and share my screen for the members of the public and the city council to give you an idea of where this parcel is located that you are being considered to vacate. Here is the Bay Street, and it's this property here. And
You're not sharing your screen yet.
oh, there we go. How about that? So here is Bay Street, and then here's the property, and then here is the structure that's in the right of way that we're trying to vacate. So with that, I recommend the mayor open the public hearing. And for the record, Ms. Huth is here in the audience, should the council have any questions.
Okay, thank you. So with that, I'll open the public hearing on this matter, which is petition to vacate city right of way, the southern portion of Opened Bay Street. Is there anyone wishing to testify on this matter? Please use the raise your hand feature and the clerk will admit you into the meeting. And I will ask one more time, is there anyone wishing to testify on this matter, which is a petition to vacate city right of way, the southern portion of Opened Bay Street?
Mayor, I would recommend the applicant is typically invited to speak, and Ms. Hughes may
Okay.
be having difficulties with the technology. So I'd recommend that Brandy bring her over. I see that she just muted.
All right,
and-
that's fine. So go ahead and bring her over if you'd like, Brandy. And if she'd like to say something to the council, she may.
Good evening.
Yep, she'll be ready for you to talk.
There. Go ahead, Roberta.
Hi, good evening. I'd like to first off thank you for considering this matter. And I'd like to say I did address a letter to the council asking for some considerations, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have on that this evening.
Okay, thank you, Roberta.
Thank you.
All right. Is there any other member of the public? We have one other person in our audience. If you're wishing to testify on this matter, please raise your hand and we could bring you into the meeting to testify. I see no one raising their hand, so I will close the public hearing on this matter. And at this time, we're going to head into an executive session for approximately 30 minutes. And Ms. Archer, would you like to read into the record why we're heading into the executive session?
Certainly. The council will enter executive session pursuant to RCW 4230-110, subpart 1, subpart I, to discuss with legal counsel legal risks of a proposed action where public discussion may have adverse legal impacts to the city. As the mayor mentioned, we will enter for 30 minutes with action to follow the remainder of our agenda.
Okay, so you were provided a separate link, and you want Mr. Dorsey, Ms. Archer, in there, or can you handle the matter?
I think Mr. Dorsey can attend.
Okay, so it'll be the council members, myself, Ms. Archer, and Mr. Dorsey. So I hope, Mr. Dorsey, were you provided a link in your? Okay, we'll see everybody in the executive, most of us in the executive session. We'll be back in 30 minutes.